Well, shooters and reloaders and 3 circles, passengers and members, it's Fortune Cookie 45LC coming to you from the Hot Lead Zone Express. And we're going to be loading today some 45 Schofield for a new shooter at the range. And so we want some light loads for the 45 Schofield. Gonna be fired in a 45 Colt revolver at the range. So you see the 45 Schofield brass on the left, and we're going to be using the Lee 160 grain bullet, round nose flat point. And this bullet actually is size 4.52 and powder coated with Eastwood green mixed with some black to make a jade. And these bullets were supplied by Walter Bunning. Really appreciate getting those bullets from Walter, and they're really nice for lighter loads in the 45 Colt or 45 Schofield. In fact, this bullet was designed for cowboy action shooting to begin with, and it's available from Lee. So to do this project, we're going to be using our fine Hornady 45 Colt dies. Works real well for the Schofield. And we're going to be using the Lee factory crimp die. But to measure the powder charge, we're going to be using a Lee dipper, and we're using Trail Boss powder. Thought I'd show you the nice die rack that I made for these projects. And this is hardwood and is robust because it's 1-inch hardwood. Now for primers, we're going to be using the Tula large pistol primers. And of course, we're going to be using our gargantuan, gigantic Goliath press, the Redding Ultramag. Why not? One thing is, when you snap the shell holder into the Ultramag ram, there's no play. There's no play at all in the ram or the shell holder. The design is for a rigid alignment. Okay, there's the Hornady sizing die, and we go ahead and run the cases through the sizing die as you see. Well, look at that. Our first little hang-up, and that is the Hornady full-length sizing die doesn't size close enough to the case head to suit me. So I'm not going to use the Hornady full-length sizing die. I'm going to go ahead and use a Lee sizing die instead. And you see the Lee sizes it down closer to the head. I don't get that little ring. So show you that again. Can you see that little ring? That's right between my thumb and the case head. Let's put this right in the press. Like so, get that in focus, and run it through the Lee full-length sizing die, and you see it sizes it closer to the case head. So we'll go ahead and use the Lee sizing die on the 20 cases we're going to do. Okay, now we've gone ahead and put in the neck expander mouth flaring die made by Hornady, and run a case in there and check the mouth flare, and there you see we've got it. So what that means is we're going to lock the die lock ring in that position, and the Hornady 45 Colt neck expanding mouth flaring die works real well for the 45 Schofield. Okay, to prime on the Ultramag press, we roll the priming arm up like that. Then we simply take a case and a primer, and we go ahead and place a primer onto the arm like that, and a case in the shell holder, and then we go ahead and lower the ram, and we feel it seat the primer perfectly. Well, priming those cases on the Ultramag press was a lead pipe cinch. And how's that for a reference to what bullet casters really like? Those old lead pipes. Lead pipe cinch. Now it turns out that the Lee 1cc dipper puts out 4.2 grains of Trail Boss powder. And there isn't any load data for Trail Boss powder with the 160 grain bullet. But the 200 grain bullet is listed and has a starting charge of 4 grains of Trail Boss with the 200 grain bullet. And the 167 grain bullet, as cast by Walter Bunning, the 4.2 grains is perfect. So let's go ahead and dip the powder like this. And we'll go ahead and dispense that into the case, each one. Now a consistent dip is what you want, but it's hard to be consistent with a camera in a way, but there you go. That's one scoop. Now it's very easy to take a flashlight and check each case to make sure that there's powder in every case, and you can't double charge with Trail Boss powder anyway. Okay, so there you see we've started the bullet in the case, and now we set it up in the seating die so that it's adjusted to put the crimping groove right at the case mouth, so that the case mouth is right at the top of the crimping groove. As you see there. So the Hornady bullet seating die did a beautiful job seating those bullets, and I apologize for the fact that the bullet color blends in so well with the RCBS tray, but you can blame Walter Bunning for that. The beautiful powder coating job he did on these bullets does camouflage with the RCBS reloading tray. Well, there's the Lee factory crimp die for 45 Colt. So you might ask, will the 45 Colt factory crimp die crimp the 45 Schofield? Well, I know the answer to that question already. The answer is yes. We'll go ahead and crimp them all, then I'll show you the crimp that we can achieve. The Ultramag press did a great job with this project. Let's show you the finished rounds. So you see, there they are. And Linda, if you're looking at this video, these are all for you. We'll look forward to our range session to shoot these. And for all the reloaders and shooters out there, bye for now. See you next video.